All right, everybody, we are back at it again. Today is a day where I am not feeling the most motivated in business, and especially to hop into that ice tub right now, that cold plunge. We're gonna do it anyways, and I want to talk about it because I think it's okay if you're not, feeling the best every single day, and there may be days where you don't want to go to the gym. There may be days that you don't want to do the work, but it needs doing, right? And no one else is going to do it. And I think those are the days that you can actually make the most progress and actually grow, right? So, oh man, that is. So, I've dealt with this a lot, and I think y'all might as well. So there are many times that, one day you can be thinking about your audience and thinking about the cold outreach you're doing or the content you're creating, and you think to yourself, oh, everybody's annoyed by my content, or, I'm caring too much about what others think. Well, that's what you're doing, but you aren't thinking that. Or, oh, I wonder what they're gonna think, if I send another message, are they gonna find me annoying? And there are other days, of course, where you can say, oh, I'm so grateful for all the followers I have. They're all awesome. I know I'm providing so much value, right? And nothing changed with your followers, right? It all changed with how you perceived what they thought of you in your head. And that's a really freeing and liberating experience to have, right? Because, you, in that case, and the way you think and how you're kind of showing up in your reality, you directly control how you think about the people you're interacting with, and also to some degree how they interact with you. If you show up with a great energy, your audience is going to love what you're doing, then they will, right? But if you show up with kind of a negative energy, which I've been trying to get out of today, maybe the audience would, of course they might relate, but they may not get as much value from whatever you're creating, right? And I just think it comes back to just doing the work, even if it's difficult, right? I'm kind of thinking right now, just about processes in general. Doing the work. Yeah, this is a raw take right now, so bear with me for a moment, but go ahead.
Okay, I'm behind the camera, but yeah, I think I think it all comes down to like avoidance.
Yeah.
Maybe the avoidance isn't the bottom root issue, but avoidance of something.
Yeah, I can definitely say that much. I know I've got quite a bit of work on my plate that needs doing, right? And there can be times before you do it, it needs to be done. Of course, procrastination, all that good stuff comes into play, right? But it really does come down to an avoidance, and you make things a lot more difficult on yourself by not doing the work that you need to be doing. Like, for example, just filming that YouTube video, putting it together, taking the time, and then you don't do it, and even if you don't beat yourself up, you start to do it, kind of subconsciously, that why haven't you done it yet, right? And that compounds pretty quick. It's unavoidable that you'll probably get into scenarios like that, but I think it's important to understand how to get out of them as well. And it comes back to a reprioritization, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to move towards, and just taking small steps. That's a big piece. Like, filming a longer format YouTube video for me right now seems like a really big step, a really long process. But if I can break it up into, okay, let me just write a third of the script, for the next 10 minutes. Let me write another third of the script the next little bit. Okay, I'm gonna film it all. It'll be 1 hour. Everything's already laid out. Let me just get it done, right? Just cutting it up into those bite-sized pieces makes it a lot easier to actually achieve. And yeah, I think talking right now and what my beautiful wife is saying is, like, I am kind of avoiding that work, right? So it's like just getting in there, getting it done. It seems like a lot right now, but the more you can just take action, get to it, even if it seems small to start, that's where you're really winning. So on that note, I think it's been in here for maybe more than 5 minutes, so getting used to it, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, but I think that only scratches the surface to call it avoidance, because, like, of course everyone procrastinates, like, everyone's done it.
Yeah.
And if, not saying you even have to know the why of why you're doing it, but you mentioned something this morning that I thought was really interesting, where it's like, oh, I'm avoiding promoting my school, like my paid school community, because I know it's going to be really good, but I have to deliver. And it's almost like we're scared of the positive effects of things, because then it's like, well, if I'm not good enough, then I can't deliver, you know?
Yeah.
So sometimes the why is important. Maybe it's not, but
100%. And yeah, like, that's a great point. And I feel like the more responsibility, the more people that rely on you, not necessarily rely on you, but look up to you to provide good, valuable information, the more information you create and you're charging for something, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. And I know for me, it's almost, there are times where I could avoid doing the sales work that I know would generate business. I could avoid promoting, the community and the things that I know can actually help people, because I'm scared of the expectations that can come along with that, but also scared of what the success could also look like, right? Because it's change at the end of the day is the biggest thing. So yeah, I think on that note, I have been putting a lot of time and energy into my new paid school community, and there's still more that needs to come, of course. And I really feel like I want to create a community of people, service providers who are high value, always want to improve themselves, but also share moments like this where they're able to get down and get vulnerable and, share when they're not feeling their best, and have other entrepreneurs around them to really support them and help them reach their goals. So yeah, on that note, I have recently launched my new offers course in my community. I have put a lot of time and energy into it. And if you can't tell, to some degree, I am worried of the expectations around it, right? Just I want to make sure it's the best that it can be for y'all. I have high expectations for myself, so I'd love to have you join my community, check it out. It'll be in the links. And other than that, I look forward to seeing y'all and on the next one. Take care.